some room near the first down line, and able to get the first down is Everett Ballstad. This time receiving on the receiving end. He's got over 40 yards rushing in his game early, but now gets them a first down in the receiving game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was almost another run by him. Almost looked behind the back pass, but it's working for him.
All right, quarterback Petrie under center. It's a pitch to the left, and he's finding a little bit of room and tackled after a gain of about 8. That time on the tackle, Sam Swedberg brings up second and short for Fertile Beltrami.
So we got a timeout here, but yeah, on that play, you kind of want Park to kind of do as much as they can to stretch that play out, but it looked like the running back had a hole right away to cut up in and took advantage of it.
All right, so if you're just joining us, we're about 7 minutes into the first quarter, so we have about 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and it's the Falcons of Fertile Beltrami who are up 6-0 so far in this game. Each team has had a drive. Fertile Beltrami was able to capitalize on theirs, and now Fertile Beltrami driving again, second and short from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback Ryan Petrie hands it off up the middle to Ballstad. Ballstad is fighting for 3 or 4 yards, enough for the first down. Everett Ballstad once again on the carry for another Fertile Beltrami first down.
Yeah, and even though they got the first down on that play, it really looked like Park finally got some pressure, finally got some guys in the backfield to force them to do something. In the, like we said, this Beltrami offense is pretty impressive. So.
Well, and once again, we have another red zone opportunity, and a lot of times in 9-man at this level, there's not a lot of field goal kicking, so these red zone opportunities are big for both teams. A bend but don't break defense can sometimes be very effective, and so now at the 20-yard line, quarterback Petrie's got 2 running backs behind him, and he hands off to the halfback Ballstead once again. This time it is stopped at the line of scrimmage for just a gain of 1, and it looks like we have Caleb Boyer in there on the stop, the big man inside, defensive tackle, nose guard for Park Christian. Good stop by him on that play. Brings up second down and 8. Got a tight end and a halfback off to the left. It's a pitch that way to the fullback, number 45, and he finds some running room, some good blocking, some good play design there by Fertile Beltrami. They get another first down, and it brings up now first and goal from the 5 for Fertile Beltrami with 3 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was just an incredible block by number 5 on Beltrami. We saw a Park Christian guy blow up through that line, get an amazing shot at him, but a block was just able to spring the running back there for a big gain.
And that was fullback Levi Qualley on the carry for Fertile Beltrami. Once again up to the line. Once again, 2 running backs in the backfield. And it's handed to the up man for a dive play up the middle for the touchdown. And Fertile Beltrami makes it 2 out of 2 for touchdowns on their first 2 drives of the game. And so with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter, that will bring it to 12-0 for Fertile Beltrami, and they're going to line up here and in all likelihood go for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, but that just looked too easy for them again, just blowing through that line, no one touching him at the line of scrimmage, and didn't have far to go to get the touchdown there.
Motioning out to the left is Ballstad. Oh! It's juggled and eventually caught that time by the receiver for Fertile Beltrami. So they go to the passing game here to get the 2-point conversion. And for Park Christian, they're going to look to get something going here on offense. So already so far in this game, they've allowed more points than they have on average this season because, again, Park Christian is a really good defensive team, one of the best defensive teams statistically in 9-man football this year in Minnesota. And Fertile Beltrami is a really good opponent, so it's a tough test for them. And number 5, Brandon Van Ein for Fertile Beltrami. He's got 50 yards and 2 touchdowns on the game. So the running game, that two-headed monster by Brandon Van Eind and Everett Belstead for Fertile Beltrami, has been effective early so far in the game. But Park Christian will get another shot at it here.
Number 9, Jack Weinberger, back to the Falcons.
So the quarterback for Fertile Beltrami, Rylan Petrie, is lining up for the kick. It's Jack Weinberger back to receive for Park Christian. It's a low line drive kick. It's picked up by Riley Eichenbrock, and he barrels his way forward to the 38. And so Park Christian will take the field once again for their second drive of the game on offense, and they'll see if they can get something going to lessen the deficit early in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get something going. I mean, they've been trying those short passes to try to get some confidence up for the quarterback here, but they're just going to – a first down is going to be huge for them right now, down 14-0 this early.
The quarterback, junior captain Max Elkbrecht, he's under center. 2 running backs dotting the I behind him. He got a handoff up the middle and a good gain on that play, a gain of about 5 for Geese. And that'll bring up, looks like they're going to mark it at about a 2nd and 6 for Park Christian. So looking to get the running game going on this drive. The last drive, they had a couple passing plays, had some opportunities to get some completions, but weren't quite able to make the connection. This drive, they go to the ground, and we'll see if they have a little bit more success on this drive. Albrecht under center, 2 running backs behind him, 2 wideouts to the left. Hikes the ball from the 40. It's a pass play to the left. It's bobbled and intercepted. It's intercepted by David Sorensen from Fertile Beltrami, and he returns it to the 5-yard line. Oh, it's an unfortunate play for Park Christian. Albrecht slinging the ball out to Sam Swedberg, and Swedberg just unable to grip the ball in this cold weather. It popped up, and to Derek Sorensen's credit from Fertile Beltrami, he took advantage of the opportunity and went the other way. And so a third opportunity here early for Fertile Beltrami to get some points on the board.
Yeah, and that was such a slow developing play. You can see the corner just almost waiting for that pass to come in, and that's 3 drops so far for the Park Christian receivers.
All right, it's a handoff up the middle for Everett Ballstad. He brings it up just short of the goal line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal for Fertile Beltrami. Fertile Beltrami was able to take advantage of their opportunities on both of their first drives with running touchdowns by number 5, Brandon Van Den Eind. And they'll look to do so again. 1 running back split left. 1 running back behind the quarterback. It's a handoff to Dan Eind, and he gets his 3rd touchdown of the game in the first quarter. So with 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter, it's Fertile Beltrami with 3 touchdowns, now up to 20 points on the game.
Yeah, I mean, Park Christian, they have such a great defense, but when you're getting stuck in such terrible field position, you can only do so much, and that's been the case so far.
So not the start that Park Christian was hoping for. Fertile Beltrami is a good football team. They came ready to play today. Now under center this time, it's a wildcat formation with the running back Everett Ballstead under center. And Park Christian's able to get the stop, keep them out of the end zone. So the score will remain 20-0 as Park Christian will try their hand at their 3rd possession of the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take your wins where you got them, and that's 2 stops on 3 2-point conversions, and it's kind of interesting. Beltrami's gone to some different tactics on these 2-point conversions. They've thrown the ball twice, and they just did a wildcat there, and they could very easily be 0 for 3 if that second pass was dropped, but.
Yeah, they've been able to mix up the play calling a little bit. Fertile Beltrami has had a good start to the game, able to establish the ground game, which I imagine is what they were hoping to do on this frigid night coming in. But Park Christian still has a chance to get back into this game. And remembering again that impressions do matter. Coaches determine the seeding tomorrow, and when they convene, if Park Christian's able to make a fight out of this game, it's going to make an impression that still matters as they get into the section. And also, it's good for the guys to have that momentum of being able to come back and to not give up on a game where they get down early. So, Jack Weinberger is back to receive. It's instead taken by number 14, Philip Lean, and he's breaking a couple tackles, and good return that time by Lean, eventually taken down by Everett Ballstead at the 40-yard line, but a nice return in the kicking game for Park Christian, and they've managed in the kicking game to get good starting field position on all three of their drives to start the game. Unfortunately, they are yet on those first two drives to be able to pick up that first down, but they'll look to get started now. It's so tough, Nick, when you can't get into that early rhythm, get some plays under your belt.
Yeah, and in such a defensive cold game, field position matters, and both teams have had it.
All right, Philip Lean, it looks like, is in the backfield behind Albrecht. Excuse me, that's number 11, Tanner Geese, and he gets the carry. And that I was right the first time. That was Philip Lean on the carry, and he's able to get a couple of yards, brings up 2nd and 8 from the 41-yard line for Park Christian.
Yeah, and it's not like Park isn't able to move the ball very well. It's just they've had drops in key situations, and you'd like to think that the water will meet its level soon here.
Might see another pass here. Albrecht in the shotgun on 2nd and long. We got motion across the field to the right. And it's a read option, and he takes it himself and is able to get 3 or 4 yards up the middle, and it'll bring up 3rd and manageable. Albrecht with his first rushing play of the game, able to get a couple yards forward progress, and it'll bring up a 3rd and medium for Park Christian.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you decided to keep the ball on that. Usually when you see a guy in motion, you're trying to see if there's anyone in man, or you're trying to spread out the defense a little bit. But everyone just stayed still and didn't open up anything that he was expecting.
So, it looks like we've got a timeout on the field, and Park Christian will assemble on the sideline to talk this one over. That's the end of the first quarter. So through one quarter, it's Ferdo Beltrami 20, Park Christian 0. Park Christian with the ball near midfield and an opportunity to try to make something of this as we turn the quarter.
Yeah, and that's a rough first quarter for Park, obviously. Beltrami did whatever they wanted in this game so far. They've just been running it. They've established the run. It's not like you need to go away from it now. They're up 20-0. Park needs to find something that works for them.
And it was interesting to see that last play of the first quarter. We had a read option play, a run there for Max Albrecht, and that's something that's normally in the mix for Park Christian. So that's something we might expect to see more of through the game. Max Albrecht is able to. He's a nifty runner. He's a good, effective rusher for them. So I'm sure that we'll see more of the read option as Park Christian gets more opportunities to get some plays under their belt.
So another big 3rd down for them. Need a first down. I'll put them in Beltrami territory for the first time today. So,
all right. So beginning the second quarter, it looks like the deep man behind Albrecht is Philip Lean, and it's a pitch to Lean, and it's a reverse to Weinberger, and it was snuffed out pretty well by Ferdo Beltrami. But fun to see a reverse pulling out of the playbook, getting interesting there, getting the hands in one of your playmakers in Jack Weinberger. Unfortunately, didn't open up with the deception that they were maybe hoping, and it looks like they're bringing out the punting unit here on 4th down. Clean snap. The punt is away. It's a high punt, and it's going to take a Park Christian bounce inside the 30. And it looks like Ferdo Beltrami is going to take over at their own 29-yard line.
That's all you could ask for out of the punting game. Now you really get to see the defense try to work. Beltrami has a long field to work with, so we'll see if the defense can make big stops here.
Yeah, and it would be good for this team. It would be good for this team to get a good stop on defense to get some momentum and get some positive energy going their direction in this game. It's when a game starts to get away from you early, you can't say enough about getting, one good stop, one good drive, something like that can get you fired back up again. So it looks like we got a heavy set to the right for Fertile Beltrami, and they do toss it that way to number 4. And he is able to wiggle his way out near the first down. Gain of about 7 there. It'll bring up 2nd and 3 for Fertile Beltrami.
Yep, just going back to their bread and butter, having more guys on that side of the field and just going with it.
It's on a cold night in 9-man football in Minnesota. It's going to be a lot of smash mouth, a lot of, hat on hat, just... they overload that side of the field, and they go that way and just go for the power running game. Not surprising to see that be the strategy on a cold night like this. Petrie, it's a handoff up the middle for Denind, and he gains about 5 and gets the first down for Fertile Beltrami.
Yeah, and we've been talking about it all night. It's a cold night, and it's you gotta hit someone. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna hurt if you hit someone, but it's gonna hurt them just as much. So you gotta go out there and fill some gaps, fill some holes, and try to get a big stop.
So timeout on the field. If you're joining us, it's 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter, so quite a bit of game left. Early, it's been a good game so far for Fertile Beltrami. They've managed to score touchdowns on each of their first 3 possessions. They've relied heavily on the running game, but they've mixed it up a little bit to keep Park Christian guessing. And Park Christian has not been able to yet capitalize on their opportunities with the ball, so it's 20-0 early here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Fertile Beltrami can do. Again, we talked about the long field. They haven't had that really to work with yet. They've been given good field position. So far, so good for them. They've been driving, just doing what they've been doing all game.
All right, shotgun this time. And it's
Wildcat.
a Wildcat formation. It's Ballstad on the carry on the direct snap from the shotgun, and it's effective. So Fertile Beltrami continues to mix it up with different looks. Impressed with the play calling so far. It's a smash mouth running game, but they're given a diverse amount of looks here for Park Christian to have to deal with and diagnose.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of dives and sweeps, and that was some more Wildcat there. So even if you just say they're just running the ball, they're attacking you from different angles. So they've been doing a great job tonight.
All right, quarterback Petrie is back in the game, back in shotgun formation. They've got motion to the left, and it's a false start. It's a false start by fullback Qualley on that play. That'll back him up 5 yards. And it's a negative play there for Fertile Beltrami to start this series, and they'll have to get 15 yards for the first down this time. Maybe this is the break that Park Christian needs to get some momentum on defense.
Yeah, I mean, Park will take any advantage they can get as of right now. So, I mean, this might be a big one, 15 yards, see if they can make a stop here.
Yeah, Park Christian would love to get a negative play and send them for 2nd and very long. And it's going to be under center this time for Petrie. They're overloading heavy on the right, and they do toss that way once again. This time it's Derek Sorensen on the carry and is able to find some running room, but stopped near the original line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So opportunity here after the penalty on 1st down by the Falcons of Fertile Beltrami for the Falcons of Park Christian to potentially get a stop here. They got 2nd and long.
Yeah, again, nothing special for Fertile Beltrami. They overloaded one side and they went with that way. So Park's going to figure out something on those sets.
Okay, it's number 4, and this time it's a handoff to the quarterback Petrie, and number 4, Ballstad, he catches it for the long touchdown on the trick play. Wow, that was quite a play. It was a direct snap to Ballstad. Looked like they were doing another Wildcat formation, but he handed it off to the quarterback, Petrie, and then he continued down the wheel route down the left-hand side, and they were able to capitalize for a big play and a big touchdown. That is their 4th of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Park maybe pull out some tricks out of their bag, but it looks like Fertile still got some in there, so that's a big play for them to get some more points on the board.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different formations and a lot of different plays from Fertile Beltrami. This one's just a simple toss to the left and not able to convert on the 2-point conversion. So the score will be 26-0. Fertile Beltrami in the lead with 9 minutes remaining in the first half.
Again, you got to take some silver linings here, and Park's doing a great job on these 2-point conversions. Only allowed one to convert, so.
They are, and we've seen some of that strength of that Park Christian defense come through at various times so far. You know, they've had some good tackles, some good stops, but credit to Fertile Beltrami and to their playmakers, especially Everett Balstad, number 4, and Brandon Van Den Einde. The two, that was a 45-yard touchdown pass on that one from Ryland Petrie to Everett Balstad, and both of those guys, Brandon Van Den Einde has got 3 touchdowns on the game. So their 2 playmakers on offense have been doing a great job, and the quarterback, Ryland Petrie, has done a great job for them as well. Together, they have 120 yards between the two of them, their 2 main running backs, Fertile Beltrami. So the start that Fertile Beltrami was looking for, they're up big early, and Park Christian will have the opportunity to prove that, you know, they're going to stick in this game and keep fighting. And so you've got Jack Weinberger back deep. We'll see if he gets a chance to receive it. It's a squib down the middle. He will get a chance to receive it. Bobbles it at first, but picks it up. And looking for a crease up the middle. Not able to find one. Good coverage that time by Fertile Beltrami. And Park Christian will start this time with their toughest field position of the day at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, not only is Fertile Beltrami mixing up their plays and mixing up their sets, it looks like they're mixing up their kicks too. It looks like I've seen 4 different kicks so far today.
They are mixing up their kicks, and that's something you'll see, you know, on these cold winter nights in 9-man football. You know, you gotta find your different ways to limit those big plays. And Albrecht under center here, 1st down and 10 from their own 30. It's a passing play, looks to the right, and it's caught by Carlson for a gain of 8. Good first play on the drive for Park Christian. Second positive completion of the day. Second connection between Albrecht and Carlson.
Yeah, I mean, that's another huge confidence booster. I mean, even though just 9-8 yards, it's still something. It's still some connection there.
Park Christian seeking their first down of the game. Albrecht under center. And 2 running backs behind him, 1 wide receiver out right, tight end on the right side. It's fakes the handoff down the middle, takes it himself and finds some room. Great execution on the read option or the fake handoff that time by Albrecht, and he finds some space out on the left side. And as I mentioned earlier, the quarterback for Park Christian, Max Albrecht, he's a nifty runner. He's got an ability to do it with his legs, and so good to see him pull that out of the bag that time for a 1st down, and Park Christian hoping to get a little bit of momentum going. It looks like this time we got 1 wide out left. We got a tight end on either side of the line. We got 2 wideouts out left and a halfback on to the left of Albrecht in the shotgun. It's a passing play. Looking left. And, nearly intercepted. Dropped that time by Austin Björk for Fertile Beltrami. Fortunate to get away with that one. Looks like it just wasn't quite there the way he thought it was, but able to get away with that one, and they'll get to fight another day on 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and that was the first really questionable decisions he's made so far in the passing game. I know he didn't have the completions yet, but that was triple covered right there, and you almost threw it right into the wrong jersey.
Park Christian trying to get something going. Albrecht out of the shotgun again on 2nd down and 10, halfback to his left. This time he hands it off, and finding a little bit of running room is Geese. And excuse me, that's not Geese. That's Philip Lean on the carry on that play for a gain of 4. A little bit of running room makes it a little bit more manageable here on 3rd down.
Some beautiful running, beautiful power running there. Ran through that arm tackle right at the line of scrimmage to get some positive yards there.
Yeah, lowering the shoulder, getting it done, brings up 3rd and medium. I think if they get 3 or 4 yards here, they're likely to go for it on 4th down, so not necessarily needing to get to the sticks here. It's out of the shotgun. It's a fakes the handoff. It's a pass up the middle. He had a chance to get Austin Carlson up the middle, but it was well defended on that play. Breaking up the pass was the running back as well for Fertile Beltrami, who's had 3 touchdowns on the game, Brandon Van Den Einde.
Yeah, it's a little concerning now more with the passing game kind of going downhill. You expect him to use the legs more of Albrecht here, but we'll see what happens here on a 4th down and long.
Yeah, 4th and long. I think likely to go to the passing game here, but you never know. Might try to mix it up with a surprise running play. Philip Lean is to the right of Albrecht in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers out right. And it is a pass play, and he's got, he had just a moment where it looked like Caden Larson was going to break open for Park Christian, but closing the gap quickly was once again Brandon Van Den Eyne, and once again good defense on the pass breakup by the defensive secondary for Fertile Beltrami.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking up Park's defense before the game, but Fertile Beltrami is really being pretty impressive so far, breaking up passes, filling up gaps, and not really giving Park any movement here.
Yeah, Fertile Beltrami showing today that they're worthy of being considered one of the best teams in the section. Now out of the shotgun, Petrie looking deep, and great pressure by Park Christian, and that is the first sack of the game for the Park Christian Falcons. And what a great play by the defensive line to get into the backfield and cause that pressure, because he had a wide receiver breaking open deep. I think that's who he was looking for, but this time they get it done on the other end of the play, bringing the quarterback down in the backfield, and that's the negative play we've been looking for from Park Christian School.
Yeah, that's really got to boost them up there. I mean, Fertile Beltrami looking for that dagger, looking for that impressive strike there, but Park really stepping up.
So now Petrie up to the line of scrimmage. 2 running backs in the backfield. Hand off to Ballstad. Ballstad finds not much room. So 2 good defensive plays in a row for Park Christian. It brings up 3rd, and it looks like 13. 3rd and 13 for Fertile Beltrami. Park Christian looking to get their first stop of the day with 6 minutes left in the first half, and setting up well so far on this drive with 2 big defensive plays to start the drive. It's Fertile Beltrami at their own 48.
Yeah, and Park's got to be ready. Beltrami doesn't necessarily have to go for the first down here. This is still 4-down territory. So,
all right, it's Petrie under center, wing back off to the right, and running back behind him. Now he comes back into pistol, and he fakes the handoff. He's looking to throw it deep. He does throw it deep, and it's caught. It's caught this time by Ballstad, and Ballstad with the big gainer inside the 30-yard line of Park Christian.
Yeah, it looks like there was a breakdown there. The safety had to cover 2 guys. He picked the guy going on the seam, but the guy on the post was wide open on that pass.
Yes, effective play calling by Fertile Beltrami. They've done a good job of mixing it up. They were run heavy early. They've been able to leverage that to set up some good pass plays later on in the first half. Now out of the shotgun is Petrie. Hand off to Van Den Eyne, and he battles his way up the middle for a gain of 3 or 4. And tackled by a whole host of Falcons from Park Christian. Looks like in on the mix was Philip Lean, and it brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, the defense is really, it looks like they're starting to step up a little bit, but again, that's a big chunk play they just let up there, so this might be another problem you have to watch out for.
Yeah, but a good opportunity yet to get a stop here as they approach the red zone and hopefully force their first stop of the game. Here it's a shotgun for Petrie, fakes the handoff, pass out to the left, and diving for the catch is Ballstad once again. That one gets him about halfway or a little bit more to the sticks, and that brings him 3rd down and 3. So you have to think they'll go for it on 4th, but nonetheless a big 3rd down with an opportunity to force a 4th down here for Park Christian on defense.
Yeah, it was a very impressive catch. It looked like he bobbled it just a little bit, but was able to rein it in and keep them ahead of this change here.
Ballstead proving he can do it on the ground and through the air. This time he's off to the right, and he will get the handoff. He'll look for running room to the left, and Jack Weinberger in on the tackle. A good open field tackle, but it looks like nonetheless Ballstead is able to get just enough for the first down, and it's a fresh set of downs inside the red zone for Fertile Beltrami.
Yeah, Park played that perfectly. They had all the guys out there. They were stretching him out, but again, that's just a very impressive running back that was able to get the first down.
2 athletic running backs and playmakers for Fertile Beltrami, the Falcons of Fertile Beltrami. Number 4, Everett Ballstad. Number 5, Brandon Van Den Eyne. They both had big games early. Now it's quarterback Rylan Petrie who is going to take this one from under center. Those two running backs I just mentioned are behind him. He fakes the toss, and this time it's handed off instead to the fullback, who fights for 4 or 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
So added another wrinkle with that run there. They haven't done that many options on a run yet, so that's another concern now for Park has to worry about.
Levi Qualley on the carry for Fertile Beltrami. He's gotten into the mix a few times with a few nice runs for the Falcons of Fertile Beltrami. Quarterback Petrie under center. He's got a couple of backs split to his right, one behind him. He does toss it again to Ballstad, and Falcons doing a good job of swarming to the ball, but breaking tackles is Ballstad and able to get into the end zone. A great play that time as an individual effort by Everett Ballstad.
Yeah, again, no inside contained there for Park. One guy out there trying to stretch out, but there's a huge cutback lane for the running back there, and you just able to waltz into the touchdown.
So it's a good day so far for the running backs for Fertile Beltrami. Together they combined for 5 touchdowns, rushing and receiving, and it's been a big first half for Fertile Beltrami, who now leads 32-0, looking to make it 34-0 with this 2-point conversion. They're going to take it out of the shotgun. And it's going to be a pass for the 2-point conversion. No, he's going to keep it himself. And Park Christian is able to get the stop. Stopped at the goal line and no good on the 2-point conversion for Fertile Beltrami. And so Park Christian now trailing by quite a bit in this game, but they'll get another perhaps one more opportunity here to see if they can't get something going on offense.
Yeah, I mean, you got to absolutely love that. Again, they're down big so far in the first half. This is one of the most points they've allowed in the season, but not giving up on 2-point conversions. It could easily have folded in by now, but understanding that they still have this game still counts. So
that's right, bringing that pride, bringing that fight, and not giving up on the game. Park Christian. Great, impressive effort so far by Fertile Beltrami, and the teams are huddling up to discuss some things as they get ready for another kickoff. The kickoff will be booted here by the quarterback for Fertile Beltrami, Rylan Petrie. Once again, Jack Weinberger back to receive. We'll see if he gets that opportunity.
Number 9, Jack Weinberger, PCS Falcons.
Petrie receives the ball from the ref, gets it placed on the tee, and gets ready to boot another one off to the Falcons. This one, another squib. It's stopped by an up man for Park Christian, who finds a little bit of room, and barreling his way to the 44-yard line is Caden Larson. Good job that time getting a stop on the squib kick up the middle with sure hands and able to find himself a crease. Good play by Caden Larson, the junior wide receiver for Park Christian, and they get to start with good field position here nearing midfield. They're on their own 43. They'll take it over 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the half. And it looks like they're going to go to the shotgun with Philip Lean next to Albrecht as the lone halfback. And they fake the handoff on the read option. Albrecht keeps it. It looks like the ball's on the ground, and it is ruled a fumble with Fertile Beltrami coming up with it. So a turnover on that drive for Park Christian. Fertile Beltrami will get another chance to show off what they've got on offense with their playmakers on offense with 2 minutes left to go in the half.
Yeah, and I mean, this Park team isn't really built for these big comebacks on offense, so they're going to have to need more breaks coming their way. Obviously, Fertile Beltrami's got the 2 turnovers so far, and again, putting themselves in great field position on this Park team that's had such a great defense this year. But
all right, under center in Park Christian territory, and it's the fake handoff to the left and then a handoff to the right to Ballstead, who finds room, and great individual effort there by Weinberger to save the touchdown. Big run that time by Ballstad, but Weinberger, the safety, tracks him down. Shoelace tackle, doesn't give up on the play, and he saves the touchdown.
You gotta love that. No quit on this team.
That's right, and Fertile Beltrami now with another opportunity inside the red zone. Quarterback Petrie under center. Behind him, he's got Ballstad and Van den Eind. And off to the right, they're stacking the line. This time it's motion from right to left, and it's a handoff on the jet sweep. And another successful play for number 45, Levi Qualley, this time coming across out of the motion on the jet sweep and able to find the running room around the left side and bringing it inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6.
Again, they got some sort of pressure in the backfield, but not a lot of help after that. So
that's good play design that time by Fertile Beltrami, so able to take advantage of that. And handoff to the left. It's Qualley again, this time stuffed at the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle, number 28, Riley Erkenbrock. And a nice stop that time on 1st down.
That was a great job playing that lineman, forcing the running back to go back upfield and just sticking him where he was.
Great stop that time on 1st down. Brings up 2nd down and goal from the 5. Park Christian will look to get their first stop of the game with under a minute here in the first half and carry a little bit of momentum, a little bit of energy and juice into halftime that hopefully they can carry into the second half. So 2nd and goal from the 5. Under center is the quarterback, Petrie. Behind him, he hands it off on the right to Ballstad, and Ballstad with plenty of room and waltzes in for the touchdown. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 2 rushing, 1 through the air. And that will make it momentarily 38-0 Fertile Beltrami. And with just 37 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, this is starting to turn into a little bit of a pride game for Park. A couple seniors on this roster. Last regular season game for them, and you got to hope something good happens here in this next half.
Yeah, well, and like we said, there's always something you can take out of a game and out of how you respond. So just because the score has gotten out of control for Park Christian doesn't mean there's nothing to play for, because what they want to show is that they can fight back and they feel like they can play with this team as they can carry some confidence from this game if they're able to make some kind of a comeback into the section tournament. And so here's kicking the extra point is the quarterback / kickoff man, Petrie. And it's off the crossbar and out. It had the accuracy, but he couldn't find the distance on the extra point there.
You gotta love those doinks.
That's right. Our Chicago Bears fans know all about those doinks on the field goal. Obviously, I don't know that field goal is usually something that they go to often at Fertile Beltrami. And it looks like on that one, maybe had a little bit of a hard time controlling the snap. By the time he got it down, timing was off, able to just get a little bit on it. And, hey, another break on the extra point for Park Christian.
They've looked very impressive.
I think they're 5 for 6 on extra points stopping defensively.
So
they
got a 10th man out there on
that
play.
There you go.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. They get the ball back in the second half, so we'll see what some play calling is here.
Yeah, and Ballstead's got 180 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half between his rushing and his receiving exploits. We've talked about these athletes for Fertile Beltrami. They are having a very nice first half, which has led to a lopsided score line in the first half so far, 38-0 Fertile Beltrami with 30 seconds left in the half. This time they kick it off to the deep man for Park Christian, and Jack Weinberger is looking for a little crease and is able to wiggle his way up to the 30-yard line.
Now, Steph, being a former Park kicker, what was your favorite kind of kickoff? Were you a launch it, little dribbler, have your guys make a play?
Yeah, I mean, when I was as a kicker, I like to just kick it as deep as I possibly could. Just put all your energy behind that. That way you don't have to think about it. You just can punch it down the line. But for Park Christian, they got 22 seconds. They'll run a few plays here and see if they can get something positive going, and then they'll draw something up at halftime to see how they're going to approach the second half of this game. So Albrecht out of the shotgun. He passes to the right, and once again it's bobbled into the air and intercepted. And once again on the interception is Derek Sorensen for Fertile Beltrami. So for the second time in the game, Derek Sorensen takes advantage of a bobble and picks an interception up and brings it inside the 10-yard line.
Again, that was a slow developing bubble pass, but it needs to come out of his hand faster. And I mean, the receiver has to catch that ball. That's another drop. That's another concern for Park coming into the second half.
Well, 13 seconds remain in the half, and Park Christian, well, it looks like Fertile Beltrami is just going to go ahead and take a kneel down and get to halftime here, up 38-0. And that will take us into halftime. And Park Christian will huddle up on one end, Fertile Beltrami at the other, and Park Christian coaches will have the difficult challenge of getting their team fired up to come out and play in this second half and to play hard and to finish the season hard after a challenging first half.
Yeah, I mean they've never been in this situation this season, so it'll be interesting how they come out of this halftime.
Yeah, and we've returned to this a few times, but remembering this is their final regular season game, not the last game of the season for the seniors by any means, because they will for sure at least have one and hopefully maybe even have a chance at more than one game in the postseason. But you have an opportunity here in your last regular season game to respond to a very disappointing first half, to come out strong, to put on a performance you can be proud of in the second half and carry some momentum into postseason play. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break here on the live stream from an audio standpoint, and we'll rejoin you in the second half continues, and we'll see the last half of regular season football for these two Falcon teams in 2020. All right, the second half is approaching here at Jim Goda Field, where normally is home to the Moorhead Spuds, but tonight it's playing host to the Park Christian Falcons as they host the Fertile Beltrami Falcons. And the first half was exactly how Fertile Beltrami wanted it to go. They had a very good first half, especially offensively, and 265 total yards for Fertile Beltrami in the first half, with 182 of those coming in the rushing game. We're able to turn that into 6 touchdowns. Those 6 touchdowns were split up by a couple of playmakers for Fertile Beltrami. Ballstead had 2 on the ground and 1 in through the air. He had 107 yards in rushing in the first half and tallied on 74 receiving yards on top of it, complemented nicely by Brandon Van Den Eind, who wears number 5 for Fertile Beltrami, and added 60 yards and 3 touchdowns of his own. In fact, the first 3 touchdowns of the game. So Fertile Beltrami, a very good first half for them. Park Christian, who's played very well defensively throughout the season, has struggled tonight to get going on either side of the ball. But like we've been mentioning in the first half, there's always something to play for, and even if that something is not likely to be the final score in this game, I think what Park Christian has to go for as they go out to receive the kickoff is, hey, to get a little something going that you can build on. Whenever you're having a rough game, you want to have a little something you can feel good about happening late. You want to have some good hits. You want to have some good plays. You'd like to see a little something get going from the offense and a few good stops from the defense, so you have something to hang your hat on as you get ready for the crucial next game, because the next game for this team, for each of these teams, will be in the Section 6 playoffs. And so for Park Christian, they're going to come out in the second half, down 38-0, and looking for a few positive moments. We also might see for either team some opportunities for some of the younger guys or some of the guys who don't always see the field as much to get on the field, and so that will be something that they'll be looking forward to as well. The teams are huddled up near midfield as they prepare for the second half kickoff. Fertile Beltrami received the first half kickoff, so Park Christian will receive the second half kickoff. Nick, any thoughts on how the first half went down, or what Park Christian or Fertile Beltrami may be looking for in the second half?
Well, I think for Park, it comes down to Albrecht. I think he needs to continue to have confidence in his receivers. It's so easy to get down if your receivers are having a tough time catching the ball. We've talked how cold it is, and we joked about how hard it is to do things in the cold. Catching the ball is a hard thing to do in the cold, and I think he's going to have some grace for his receivers and continue to have confidence in them that they're going to catch the ball. And he just needs to get the ball in their hands. And for Beltrami, just keep doing what they've been doing. I mean, they've been mixing the play up well. They've been running the ball well. They started to throw late in the first half, so they've been playing to their game plan. But Park, we'll see what kind of fun they'll pull out of this game.
Rylan Petrie preparing to kick off the second half. Ball's on the tee on the 40-yard line. The whistle blows, the hand goes down, and it's a pooch kick fielded by Philip Lean at the 30-yard line. And he finds himself a little bit of a crease and wiggles and fights for a few yards there, able to get back to the 35-yard line, which is where Park Christian will take over. And Nick, you brought up a good point there towards as the second half approached. There's something that's a little bit extra challenging about playing in the cold, which is some value that can be had today, because next week I have a hard time believing it's going to be much warmer as they enter into the playoffs in mid-November in this crazy 2020 football season. And so they have an opportunity here to work some things out, find out what they can do offensively that's going to work in the cold so that they can bring that into next week. Albrecht under center. Philip Lean is behind him and gets the handoff up the middle with a burst, finds a hole, and is able to gain 6 yards on first down, bringing up second down and short.
Yeah, and that's, again, these dive plays, they've been very good for Park. It's something I think they should stick with this second half. I know they got to put points on the board, but these are the plays that are gaining yards, so why not stick with them?
Okay, now in the backfield, Philip Lean is replaced by Tanner Geese, and it's Albrecht under center. And it's a handoff to Geese. And doesn't find a whole lot of running room. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Will bring up 3rd down and 4. So a similar play call on 2nd down to 1st down, but this time Fertile Beltrami able to close the hole and stop that play before it really got going.
And the fun part here for Park is they're in 4th down territory all half. So let's see what they do here.
All right, 2 running backs behind Albrecht, who takes the snap from under center and hands off to Philip Lean, who barrels his way to the 1st down marker. It depends on the spot, but they give it to him. He's got the 1st down. So 2 good runs on 1st and 3rd down on that drive by Philip Lean. Both team where he was able to find the seam, but then also lower that shoulder and get a few extra yards. So good to see something positive going on so far in this first drive of the second half for Park Christian.
You got to love that. It's cold winter Minnesota football.
All right, Geese and Lean are behind Albrecht in the I formation, and it's a handoff to Lean, who's once again able to wriggle for a few positive yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 from near midfield.
See if they can wear down this defensive front. That's been so good so far for Beltrami, and so far so good.
Yeah, Park Christian going to be looking for some positive things and some good learning that they can figure out about how their offense can work in the cold weather, something that they can bring into the section tournament with something to build a game plan around to get some points on the board in the playoffs. Albrecht looks to be taking this one once again from under center. Once again, he's got Lean and Geese behind him in the I. And takes the snap here on 2nd down and 8 after some motion from Jack Weinberger. Fakes the handoff and takes it outside the right where Weinberger emptied some space with the motion. He finds a little bit of room there and is able to gain, let's call it 4 on the play, bringing up 3rd down and 4.
It's another wrinkle. We talked about that. We like seeing him run the ball, and again, saw that explosiveness getting around the edge and getting some yards on that play.
Yeah, we've seen Park Christian find some success on the read option with Max Albrecht choosing to keep the ball and make a few moves, make a man miss, and get some positive yards. Now bringing up 3rd down, we've got Geese and Lean behind Albrecht under center. Weinberger out to the right. It's a handoff, and dropping the ball is Philip Lean. Another unfortunate turnover for Park Christian. For Fertile Beltrami, their 4th takeaway of the game. And looks like we're just going to get a Park Christian player looked after here, make sure everything's going okay with him. So Fertile Beltrami will be huddling up and getting ready to take the ball over near midfield. Unfortunate to see a player down for Park Christian, but thankfully looks like he is up and walking himself off the field, and looks like he's hopefully going to be okay.
Yeah, that drive started off so great for Park. Just another bad time turnover. But now we get to see if the defense, if they've changed anything, if they've been able to game plan anything around this Fertile Beltrami offense.
1st and 10 for Beltrami from their own 45-yard line.
So a few nice plays there on offense for Park Christian that they can take away from that drive. Now they'll try to do the same thing on defense as Petrie takes it under center, hands it off to the left side for Ballstad, who's able to find his way to about 6 yards on 1st down, bringing up 2nd down and 4. Another good run that time by Ballstad.
You just gotta love the patience by Ballstad there. Saw that he didn't have anything and didn't have a cutback lane open, and just continued to wait for his blockers to set up on the outside.
Fertile Beltrami is out here trying to make their case for a potential number 1 seed when the coaches vote tomorrow on the rankings for Section 6 going into the playoffs. Under center, Rylan Petrie. Behind him, a couple of running backs dot the I, and he's got Ballstad lined up out to the left. They go with a handoff to the right. It's the fullback Qualley, and stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Tackle on the play by Riley Erkenbrack.
That was a big play there. I mean, they let up some big yards on the 1st down, but they were able to stop it on 2nd down to keep this a good 3rd down for the defense here.
3rd down and 5. a couple of encouraging signs so far on this drive for Park Christian. They're hoping to get a stop. Ballstead once again lined up out left. Petrie under center. Tried to get Park Christian to jump, going on 2. Park Christian able to recover and make a great play. Looks like in on the tackle were Albrecht as well as Caden Larson. Great play by the defense there of Park Christian. They force 4th down and 6. And we'll see what Fertile Beltrami decides to do, whether they bring out a punting unit or whether they go for it on 4th down and 6.
Yeah, and that's a play that Park's been wanting to stop all game. That outside run to the overloaded side of the offensive line, and great stop there.
All right, Petrie lined up deep to punt it. Weinberger back to receive. He is going to let it go, and it's going to trickle down inside the 10. So Park Christian will have a long field ahead of them and a tall task. But again, they're looking for those few positive things that they can take out of this offensively, some things that they can learn from this and bring into the next game. So they have another opportunity here to see if they can build on a few of those good things and some of those positive plays we saw in the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and they have, 91 yards to go here on this drive. But really, if they can make any sort of substantial moves here, any substantial yardage, that's got to be a huge confidence booster. Like you talked about, Fertile Beltrami is going for that number 1 seed right now, and Park gotta take those small victories today, and I think this is a great opportunity to do that.
Encouraging for Park to get their first stop of the day, force a punt. And Albrecht is in shotgun. Fakes the handoff and looking for Swedberg, but not quite able to connect.
Looked like there was a little miscommunication on the line there. I'm surprised they didn't get called for a false start. Looks like some hats raised up before the ball was snapped, but.
So encouraging to see Tanner Geese is, Philip Lean is re-entering the game. Got a little shaken up on that play, but is looking like he's back and ready to go. And he dots the I behind Philip Lean and Tanner Geese. And Albrecht under center will hand off to Lean, who finds a little bit of running room and takes advantage for a good run on first down. And it looks like he got 12 yards in a Park Christian first down. They're up to the 20-yard line.
Lean's looked great so far in this game. When he's been finding the holes, he's been exploding through them. He's been finding a lot of yardage. And like you said, this is a great prep for the games to come in cold weather, and you got to be able to run the ball. And Lean's been doing that. He's been hitting the hole hard and not afraid to hit some guys in the way. He's
been embodying that fighting spirit we've been looking for in this second half from Park Christian. And handoff on a dive play to Geese on that time, and he dives ahead for about 4. Will bring up second down and 6. So a couple of positive plays to start out this drive for Park Christian.
It looks like we have a guy limping off the field here. Hopefully it's nothing major. But yeah, again, the running game's been great for them. They just had that bad fumble here to open the half up. So see if they can keep the momentum going. Like you said, big stop there on defense, and when you're playing 9-man, you're playing both ways. So defense really does fuel on the offense.
Yes, absolutely, and a good point. These are tough players out here, play it both ways, not getting a lot of breaks. This isn't like the NFL where you get those timeouts to take a break. And speaking of a break for Fertile Beltrami, as a jump there by Carlson will push Park Christian back 5 yards, and they'll be back to second down and 10. So not what they were looking for, as they're hoping to get a little something going on this drive.
No, not what they needed right there with the offense that's already having some tough luck against this strong defense. But again, it's still only second down. They're in 4-down territory all half.
So we're about halfway through the third quarter. No points in the third quarter by either team so far. Each team has a stop to their name. And it's Albrecht under center. He pitches it to Philip Lean. Lean finds a crease. Lean uses the crease and gets 8 yards on second and 10. Brings up third and short for Park Christian.
Some guys got to put teams on the back, and Lean's really doing that right now with these yards.
He's bringing some tough running to the game for Park Christian. He's bringing some juice to that offense. It's good to see from them, and that might be something that the coaching staff may take out of this game, is looking at the success that they're having on the ground in this second half. And with the cold weather, maybe that's something that they can bring into the playoffs and build on. We'll see. They go with heavy set stack near the line of scrimmage to the left side, lean in the backfield, and it's a pitch to the left, and Lean is able to escape a tackle for the first down.
You gotta love that. He got hit behind the line of scrimmage, but that second effort was there to get that first down. And like we were saying, if they can find this offensive with the run game, those passing lanes are gonna open up better for the next games.
Yeah, it's that classic situation where the announcer says, ooh, should have been a loss of 3 on that, but a great move by the running back, a great individual play. Philip Lean channeling a little Dalvin Cook on that one. Albrecht under center. Philip Lean behind him, 2 wideouts and a tight end off to the right, and it's a pitch to Lean. And Lean once again dodges a tackler and able to get a few positive yards. Looks like a gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7. Philip Lean has gotten the ball on every single touch so far this drive, and it appears to be a formula that's working so far.
Yeah, and if you're a running back, you want to stay warm, and it's cold weather, and it's hard to get cold right now if you're getting the ball constantly.
And so Philip Lean already with 40 yards in the second half. A great start to the second half for him, just 8 minutes into the quarter. And it looks like it's Geese this time behind Albrecht. It's a handoff to Geese, and he dives up the middle, and he gains 3 or 4 yards. So the running game continues to work for Park Christian with a couple of different running backs now getting in the mix in this drive, brings up 3rd and short. The Falcons are getting some momentum, getting some rhythm. That's something that unfortunately, you see this from time to time when a game gets out of hand early. It can be frustrating for the offense. You never get into your game plan. You never get into a rhythm. On this drive, they're able to do that, and it's Lean once again in the backfield behind Albrecht, 2 wide receivers and a tight end to the right. We'll see if they pitch it that way again. They do. Philip Lean once again finds a little bit of a crease, but this time it's closed up by Fertile Beltrami. And not much doing, but maybe a yard on the play brings up a 4th down and about 2.
Looks like Lean is down on that play. Got hit pretty hard on that play by a couple of guys, but I mean, again, just the effort he gave there. Looks like could have been an easy loss, easy 3-yard loss, but able to get back to the line of scrimmage, keeping the offense in check here, keeping them driving down the field for a short 4th down here.
He'll get a little attention from the athletic trainer, hoping it's nothing too serious or nothing that will keep him out of next week's game. But definitely seeing some good things, and good to see him getting on his feet and making his way to the sideline. Definitely some impressive play on this drive from Park Christian, some encouraging signs in the running game. And they'll try to turn that into a first down here as they approach midfield. They started this drive, remember, inside their own 10. So their worst field position of the game, and so far their best drive of the game. And we'll see what they have cooked up here on 4th down and short. As one of those classic North Moorhead trains rumbles behind us in the background, setting the scene. It's Albrecht out of the shotgun with Geese to his left in the backfield. It's a fake handoff, and they're going into the air, and he's going to keep it. He's going to go on the ground, and he's getting the first down. Great play that time by Albrecht. He dropped back into pass. It wasn't there. And he was able to scramble with his legs to dodge a tackler in the backfield. And it reminded me a little bit of that glory play by Teddy Bridgewater this week for the Panthers. We love Teddy Bridgewater here in Minnesota. And making it happen on 4th down. And you're going to do whatever it takes to get that first down. And one thing that I'm really loving that I'm seeing from Park Christian is that they are bringing their A game. They're bringing 100% effort into the second half and not getting down on themselves because of what happened in the first half. 2 running backs behind. It's a handoff up the middle on a dive play to Geese, and he's able to gain 2, and that will bring up 2nd down and 8 near midfield for Park Christian.
Yeah, it looks like they have a new running back in there for for lean, and you could see him coming to the backfield. He was shaking his hands, trying to get warm, and it's a little bit of a concern now coming off the bench and coming into this game when it's so cold, trying to feel that ball. I know you're not catching the ball, but you're still holding on to the ball. So they want to get the ball in his hands, get him warmed up a little bit. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, it looks like that's sophomore Caden Leverington for Park Christian in the game. And he gets the ball on a toss to the right, finds a little bit of running room, lowers his shoulder, and is able to get a couple of yards on the second down play, brings up 3rd down and 5. So Park Christian, after struggling in the first half on offense to get anything going so far in this second half, as we approach the end of the third quarter, they have been able to get 5 first downs. So good to see some positive signs. They were also able to get their first stop forced on defense. So Park Christian with a little bit juice in this second half, definitely not hanging their heads. They're staying in this one as Albrecht takes the shotgun snap and takes it himself around the right side, finds a crease, lowers his shoulder, gets another couple of yards for the first down.
Yeah, you got to love this. I'd be surprised if they're going to let Beltrami get a chance at the ball this second half with how they're driving this ball, completing these 3rd downs. And this is, we talk about learning how to play in the cold. This is learning how to play with the lead, driving the ball, running the ball, not letting that high-powered offense back on the field.
So after a disappointing first half in which Fertile Beltrami dominated the game and was leading 38-0 at half, disappointing for the home team anyway. The second half, Park Christian has been able to take a few positives out of the game, getting a stop on defense. They're now over 100 yards for the game total. They have 6 second-half first downs, and it's a 0-0 score line in the box score for the third quarter.
Yeah, we'll see what here comes up in the fourth quarter. We have a running clock here in this second half, so Park has an opportunity here.
You can't replace game minutes when it comes to getting experience, and when it comes to getting experience, getting ready for the section in the shortened season where they've only played 4 games before today. This is their 5th game of the season. You're getting experience of what it's like to play under the lights and under 25 degrees, and that's something that they're going to be able to take into the film room, to take into practice next week, and to take what they can learn from that to have a little bit of extra boost of confidence going into the postseason, going, hey, we've been here before. We know what it's like to line up in the freezing cold and to work out what's going to work for our offense and how we can get some stops on defense, and seeing some encouraging things in the second half as Albrecht prepares to take this one out of the shotgun with Geese to his left in the backfield. And it's a design quarterback run to the left. He's able to find just a little bit of a crease and is able to gain 1 or 2 yards. Looked like maybe the ball came out at the end, but was recovered by the Falcons of Park Christian anyway, if his knee wasn't down. And so that'll bring up 2nd down and 8. And a long sustained drive for Park Christian that started inside their own 10 and is now knocking on the door of the 40-yard line of Fertile Beltrami. They'll see if they can turn this whole thing into a 90-plus yard drive that ends in a touchdown. That would be something that they would definitely be able to look back on and feel confident about going forward. They can take some things from that. So now out of the shotgun, it's Geese with the direct snap out of the shotgun, and he hands it off to Albrecht. A little bit of trickery here for Park Christian on a gain of 3 or 4, brings up 3rd and short. So you have Albrecht in shotgun with Geese next to him, just like you'd maybe expect, but the direct snap went to the running back, and he handed off to the quarterback, Albrecht, who's good on his feet and good for 4 or 5 yards on that play, bringing up 3rd and short.
Yeah, you got to love that little wrinkle like we talked about, bag of tricks, and they're just emptying them out right now. Let's see some offense move here.
All right, so 3rd down and 3 from the 38-yard line. It's Albrecht in shotgun once again. They've been going to shotgun for a few plays in a row here. And again, it's a direct snap to Geese. But this time, he fakes the handoff, keeps it himself for the dive up the middle. It looks like the misdirection worked for a half second there, bought him a little bit of time. And it brings up 4th down and very short here. 4th down and just maybe a yard or even a half a yard here.
Yeah, it looks like a couple inches short of a first down here. So we'll see some power offense here again. Looks like Lean is still not in the game.
So another big play for Park Christian. This one, an opportunity to extend what's been a very successful drive. They'd love for it to end in points. It's a sneak up the middle, and easily accomplishing the first down is the quarterback, Albrecht.
You got to love that. He had so much room there, and just the art of a QB sneak is you got to get lower. You can't go up tall, and he got very low there. You could see he got a couple yards on that QB sneak, which is a little bit of a special talent for a lot of quarterbacks.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 31. Park Christian building on some success in the second half to be able to fight back and take a little bit of positive from the second half after a rough first half. And this is now their 15th play of this drive. So out of the shotgun, Albrecht once again, this time faking the handoff to Geese and looking deep. He's got a man. Oh, just off the fingertips of Caden Larson, deep down the left side. They drew it up perfectly, and they almost executed it for Park Christian. What a fun way to cap that drive it would have been, but as it is, they'll enter into the 16th play of this drive and see if they can find another way to cap it off with a positive ending.
Yeah, but I mean, who wants to see this drive end? Really, I mean, they've been driving so well. They've been running the ball so well.
That's right. I think a strategic drop that time by the wide receiver to keep this positive drive going, and Albrecht under center. Geese is behind him. They've got a tight end and 2 wide receivers to the left. They toss that way to Geese. He's got all kinds of room. The offensive line just paved a road the size of I-94 for him to take, and he took it for 14 yards. And that's another first down for the Falcons.
You gotta love that. I mean, a semi could have driven through that hole he created. That's what Beltrami's been doing all game, blowing their defensive back, and Park's starting to flex their muscles a little bit here too.
And Nick, I'm heavy and you're slow, but I think we could have gotten the first down with the push that the lineman got on that second down play. So it's Albrecht under center, tosses it to the right to Geese, and once again he's got a little bit of room and is able to turn it into a nice gain. It's looking like maybe a 5 or 6 yard gain that'll bring up 2nd down and 4 inside the 15. This great drive for Park Christian continues. They're approaching the end zone, and they're hoping to cap it off with their first points of the night.
You gotta love that those receivers out on the outside blocking, being able to string that play for a little bit longer there.
All right, 2nd down and 4 from the 15. Albrecht under center. Looks like they've got, they have heavy stacks off to the right, but it's a misdirection as Albrecht instead takes the sneak up the middle. He likes what he sees up the middle with no nose guard directly in front of him, takes advantage, and it sets up 1st and goal for Park Christian. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line on a drive that started close to their own 7-yard line. And has extended for much of the 3rd quarter and into the 4th quarter, and they're looking to cap it off the right way. That's 48 yards on the ground now for Albrecht, who's out of the shotgun with Geese next to him. He's looking to pass. He's looking to run. And he is able to maneuver for a couple of yards there on 1st and goal after the pass play broke down, and he decided to scramble out to the left, able to make something out of nothing, brings out 2nd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, and I mean, he had some good yards on that, but sadly he missed a giant hole that opened up on the right side that could have just walked through for the end zone. But like we said, let's just keep this drive going.
That's tough when you're in the quarterback seat there and you're looking for the pass, and then all of a sudden it's not there. Hard to see everything at once. But a good job by Albrecht to scramble out to the left there, and they get 3 more shots at the end zone here from inside the 5-yard line. And on this play, it looks like they're going to go out of the shotgun. Albrecht's in the shotgun. To his left is the running back Geese. Jack Weinberger to the right, and on the left is Caden Larson. And they are looking to pass, and he's looking to the right, and he's looking for Weinberger. Oh, it's off the hands of Weinberger. They drew up the play right. The route was perfect, and they just weren't able to connect. But a very close opportunity there for a touchdown on 2nd down now brings up 3rd down and goal from the 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if this is a warmer game, those are a lot more catches, a lot better stat line. But again, cold game, that ball's a rock, cold hands. That's a tough ball to catch.
So Park Christian now on the 20th play of this drive, a drive that began inside their own 10, a drive that's seen several first downs, and a drive in which Albrecht now takes it from a shotgun on 3rd down and goal and looks to keep it himself. He's got a hole, and he's taken down just inside the 1-yard line. And the 21st play of this drive will be 4th and goal from the 1.5-yard line. And Park Christian will look to cap off this 90-plus yard drive with a touchdown. They've got one more chance to do it. The crowd is getting fired up. We can hardly hear ourselves thinking here as they're slamming their feet on the bleachers. And Park Christian breaks the huddle. We'll see what Coach Lawton has drawn up for 4th and goal from the half-yard line. It's Albrecht in the shotgun with Geese next to him. Caden Lars split left. Weinberger split right. Weinberger motions to the left. It's a jet sweep to Weinberger. Weinberger, touchdown! Park Christian Falcons. A 22-play, 92-yard drive that's taken up much of the second half ends in 6 for the Park Christian Falcons.
You absolutely love that. They got that ball with 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. They brought it down to under 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. That is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, aided a little bit by a running clock here in the second half, but it's they're going to line up to kick it here, and it's number 28 with the
Beautiful
kick. That's Riley Erkenbrack, and he splits the uprights. So that drive in the end was 24 plays for 91 yards by Park Christian. Like we said, it took up much of the second half. In fact, Fertile Beltrami has yet to score in this half. They've had the ball once, and they were forced to punt. Park Christian also caps that off with an extra point. They are 1 for 1 on extra points, whereas our Fertile Beltrami Falcons, who have been going for 2 most of the game, weren't able to complete their kick. Our kicking analyst tells us it's hard to kick in the cold. So good job there by Riley Erkenbrack to punch that one through. And again, some positives to take from Park Christian. They get their first stop of the game, and they get a very positive offensive drive. That's kind of a textbook winter, cold weather drive. It's exactly how you'd want to do it in November. It took up 13 minutes off of the running clock, which is just crazy in a sport where the quarters are only 12 minutes. And so Park Christian able to put together something really nice that'll build their confidence here in the second half. Fertile Beltrami, meanwhile, has been fighting hard in the second half and has a lot to hang their hat on in the first half with their playmaking and their high-scoring offense. This one, Erkenbrack kicks it deep. It's fielded inside the 10 by Fertile Beltrami, and wiggling his way up to the 30 is the returner for the Falcons of Fertile Beltrami. And so Fertile Beltrami will get just their second opportunity at the field in the second half. The first drive of the second half was their first unsuccessful drive of the game after they completed 6 touchdowns on their first 6 drives of the game. In the second half, they were finally forced to punt on 4th down by the Park Christian Falcons, and now they'll get their second and possibly their last opportunity of the game to see what they can do on offense. And likewise for Park Christian, one more opportunity for the defense to get out there on the field, and hopefully for them, they want to build on some of that energy from that offensive drive and see what they can do. So the quarterback under center for Fertile Beltrami is Caden Swenby. Caden Swenby getting some time here at quarterback late in this game. He's under center. He's got one halfback behind him, one split out right. It's a handoff to the running back. And he's met at the line of scrimmage and is able to gain a yard or 2. It looks like on the carry that time was Kobe Benefeld for Fertile Beltrami. So Fertile Beltrami, obviously with this game winding down and well in hand, able to get some valuable minutes for some of their players who have not seen the field earlier in the game as much. That plays sophomore Kobe Benefeld, his first carry of the game. All right, and so the quarterback, Swenby, is under center. This time Benefeld is to his left, and he's got a running back behind him. And it's a toss to number 3, Derek Sorensen. And Derek Sorensen is able to take it for 3 or 4 yards. Sorensen's got a handful of carries in this game, and that one makes it 3rd and 6 for Ferdo Beltrami. As the clock ticks under 2 minutes here remaining in the game, Ferdo Beltrami is nursing out the clock here in a game in which they are leading 38-7 after a dominant first half. Park Christian showed some fight in the second half, which is why the score has not moved much in the second half. Ferdo Beltrami now will snap the ball on 3rd and medium with Caden Swenby under center. Derek Sorensen behind him and number 50, Ethan Finseth, to his right. It's a handoff to the running back, Sorensen, and he gets absolutely nothing on that play. In fact, he's taken backwards for a yard by Kyle Gorman, the senior for Park Christian. Great tackle by him on the play, and brings up 4th and long with under a minute to go. We'll see if Ferdo Beltrami will punt this away or if they will run one of their final plays of the game as the clock is getting down there. So Ferdo Beltrami, it looks like, is lining up in a punt formation. Very impressive showing for them. Their last opportunity to make an impression on the coaches, both on film and in the box score, as they prepare to vote for seating in the section. Park Christian showed some fight and learned some things that they can take into the sections about how to... Oh, and it's a blocked punt! It's a blocked punt, and it's the senior for Park Christian School, Kyle Gorman, who came bursting through the line, blocks the punt, and gets the Park Christian one more positive play in the second half that they can look back on. Park Christian takes the ball over as the clock expires in the 4th quarter. What a fun way to end the game for Park Christian to get one more positive play in the game. And so that brings us to the final in this game. Ferdo Beltrami ends the season on a high note and takes that with them into the section.
Yeah, I love that. They won the second half.
They did. They did. A lot of good fight from Park Christian. And tomorrow, the coaches will put together a vote to determine the section seating. There's 8 teams in this section. Park Christian has... played 4 of them. They've beaten 1 of them and had a couple of tight games. And obviously there was tonight's game as well. And for Ferdo Beltrami today, they had 270 total yards on the day. 6 touchdowns in the game for Ferdo Beltrami, 3 each for Ballstad and Van Den Eyns. And a nice second half for Park Christian. Albrecht ended with over 40 yards rushing. Philip Lean had some really good moments in that drive as well. And in the end, it was a jet sweep by Jack Weinberger that put some points on the board for Park Christian. And I think that will wrap us up for today, and we'll put a close on this live stream and look forward to seeing how both these teams do in the section.